With this, you can take the pictures, you can take the videos, you can do everything.
Okay.
Okay, so in front of you, you can see the house. This house was in a private ownership by one family called Kolar. That's why it says, guys, they're Kuća Kolara. And after the war, the owner of this house opened this as a museum. Till 2012, from 2012, the owner became the state. They left this house on purpose in this kind of the condition, full of the bullet holes and shrapnels, holes as well, for the museum. It's really popular place. They say if you don't see the Tunnel Museum, it's like you've never been in Sarajevo. I love food, so I will say it like this. If you don't try cevapi, it's like you've never been here. Yeah. So it depends how you watch on everything. In front of the house, there is actually the red stain called the Sarajevo Rose, where 9 people died. So you can see why it's called the rose. It has the perfect shape of the rose when you watch that above. After the war, we put the red color as the color of the blood to remember the victims. Let me show you guys from the left side the flag. This is the flag when the Bosnia became independent country. It's the shield with the lilies, through the lilies, symbol of the Bosnian kingdom. All 800 years when we became independent country, we were using that as a flag of the Bosnia. In the middle is the flag that we are using today. 3 different colors, yellow, blue and white represent peace. Yellow triangle is the shape of the Bosnian map. Each angle represents nations of the people. And the stars represents the Europe. And the last flag is the flag of the Bosnian Army, one of the symbols of the resistance against the Serbian forces. So what happened? In 1998, Serbs of this country were pushing us to change the flag. We could not make a deal, so Europe decided for us. So one idiot was sitting in the Brussels, making the flag of my country, doesn't knowing nothing about the history of this place, and he created a flag in the middle. To tell you the truth, I don't need Europe to tell me what to do in my life sometimes, if you know what I mean. I miss the old flag, which has nothing to do with my religion, has to do with my heritage as a South Slavic man from Balkan area. But fine, we accepted the flag. When we go to Republic of Srpska, you will see there the flag of the Serbia. If we say white, they say black. If we say black, they say white. Everything opposite for the future of this country, for the interest. Yes. Okay, now we can go. Let's go. Sorry if I talk.
So this is the Hope Tunnel video, or tour.
Okay. So, we can start. Ready? I will talk again, I'm sorry. So, this is Olympic map. Sarajevo was the host of the Winter Olympic Games in 1984, and we decided to use this map to put you the joy, to show you how the city was under the siege by the Serbian forces for 1,425 days. The longest siege in history of the world, 44 months without food, electricity, water, weapons. This is the part of the city controlled by the Serbian forces inside the city. It's called Krbavica, and this street is called the Sniper Alley. You can see now why it's called the Sniper Alley. It's the street, okay? From the rooftops of the buildings, they were killing people in this place. So this is the bridge where 2 young girls were killed, the first victims of the war. Bridge was no man's land back in the days. It's the same bridge where one famous couple will share the story called Romeo and Juliet of Sarajevo. It's connected with them, but later. It's not like Verona version. It's different kind of the version that we have in the city. Airport was controlled by United Nations. We are standing on the map right here. So what happened? Beginning of the March in 1993, the Bosnian Army was pushing the project called DB, Dobrinja and Butmir, to build a tunnel. So 128 people were working on the tunnel from this side and 132 persons from this side. So they were digging the tunnel 24 hours non-stop, changing every 2 days in different ships, using the shovels, wheelbarrow, no machines, no satellite images, piece of the paper, pen to calculate the houses. And they managed with that to connect the tunnel under the airport to one spot after 4 months and 4 days of digging. In 4 months and 4 days, the tunnel was finished on 30th of July 1993 at 8 o'clock and 50 minutes during the night. When it was finished, it went under the airport one-way, deep 5 meters, long 800 meters, wide 1 meter, and high 1 meter and 60 centimeters. So people had to do like this to go through the tunnel. They would pass to this city, Rasnica, to bring the food inside the city. The maximum of the food that you can carry through the tunnel was 54 kilograms. Tunnel was built from two different materials because most of the trees in the city were cut down. They were using steel. From this side they were using wood. So it was not allowed for the tunnel to bring alcohol and the gas, very expensive. It can destroy the tunnel inside, especially because it can create fire at the end. Tunnel had the train tracks to move heavy weapons and huge amount of the food. Big problem in the tunnel was the water, because this area of Sarajevo is rich of underground waters. Sometimes the level of the water would be to the belly. When you do this, the water is right here. When you have electricity cables, when you have the water, you have a problem. This yellow line will take you to the south. Mostar, Split, Dubrovnik. The famous cities in Herzegovina region and Croatia as well. Many people were using this line to escape. Through the tunnel went food, electricity, water, weapons, injured people, politicians, presidents, civilians, soldiers, kids, totally 3 million times. Which means one person went through the tunnel one time, while another person 1,000 times. I can tell you from my side of the family, my aunt came from the north of the Bosnia to this place in 1993 at 12 o'clock in the evening, and in one moment it was full of the Bosnian Army. The soldiers said, no one can go through the tunnel except us. So she came to one of the soldiers and said, please sir, please, my family is inside. Can you say that I'm with you? I want to bring them some money and some food. He said, no problem lady, follow me. So she passed through the tunnel, took a private taxi here during the night without lights on. You cannot drive the car with your lights on. Drive her to the family house. My family house is behind the cathedral, up the hill, 10-15 minutes. My parents are still living there. My aunt came here with 1,000 Deutsche Marks. There was a famous money called Deutsche Mark back in the days. But ladies, you are too young to know that, to use that. You are something like 16, 17 years old. Yeah? Yes, yes, you look like kids. Yeah. Oh wow, compliments. You look good. Right. A little bit, yes, you did. It's the famous money from Germany, but let's say 1,000 euros, so you can understand the amount of the money. She came with the food, and you should see my dad when she brought him one big pack of the red Marlboro tobacco. He was the happiest man in the world, because tobacco was currency, money back in the day. So just imagine Sarajevo like a big jail. So he was smoking the whole night with his sister, chit-chatting about the things that they missed together that year. They could not see each other because of the war. Purpose of the tunnel was to save the city from starvation, from hunger. Usually people ask me what is the most important thing that went through the tunnel. It's called hope. But one guy tried to bring the cow through the tunnel. It was too large, so he improvised. He put the blanket on the cow and write down United Nations on the cow. And through the surface of the airport he managed to bring the animal inside the city, my dear friends. Risky move because of the Serbian forces who were killing people on the airport, civilians who were trying to run away, and many people did use the tunnel or surface of the airport to escape during the night. In 1991, Sarajevo had population of the people 427,000. During the siege of the city, 200,000 people left. 200,000 people stayed to live and to fight, and more than 14,000 people died in the whole canton of Sarajevo. Yes, the number it says 11,000 in the city, but you have the suburbs, about 13,592 persons died, which I say about 14,000 people, so you can understand the number at the end.
This is the Hope Tunnel. Oh, be careful. This is the Hope Tunnel in Sarajevo. Shit, I wasn't even videotaping this. I thought I was videotaping. Anyway, these are the pictures and names of people who built the tunnel. According our tour guide, it's not complete yet.
For example,
Ne, sad ću biti dobar srce, dođi sad. Gdje si? Hoćemo u grad? Jel ćeš dat nešto nesim? Aha. Oj, dobro, da nešto da pomoći. Ma bit će sad dobro.